The Clash of Crabs event is starting tomorrow in Squad Busters, and with that we are testing every single hero in the brand new mode and see how they are doing. So if you are curious about these setups, how each hero is doing and which hero is the best one for the brand new mode, definitely stay tuned and watch this video until the end. And with that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. Back in Squad Busters with the brand new Clash of Crabs event, you already can see there's some nice reward. You're gonna get daily each day 5,000 of the coins and 350 hero points plus a few star tokens. But that should not be the focus. Since I want to test every of the heroes, we are gonna start here with the Archer Queen, and the best thing is that we can choose our lineup, which makes this a really good mode. For the first one, we are using the Archer Queen together with Wizard and Leon with our standard setup. One thing that will show on the live servers is that maybe the damage build is not too crazy with every hero, since there are not too many coins in the game. The longer the game goes and the more coins you need. Nevertheless, let's start with the first one here, and the Archer Queen should be very good here, and I'm pretty sure that the Archer Queen might be even the best hero here because you can super aggressively play against all the other heroes. The longer the fights go, the more hard it will get for the Archer Queen, honestly, but in general it should be super dope to play her here. So if you want to attack early an enemy, that should be possible as soon as we get the 3 arrows, since everybody is kinda like slow progressing with the squad here in this mode. And that is the huge advantage of the Archer Queen. You get your 3 arrows early on, especially with the setup here with the Wizard, and there is nothing else to focus on. So in general, I would guess that she can be pretty deadly in this mode, because you can outzone the enemy. Those crabs are running over, but they are not sticking to your team, so there is no big meat shield around, unless the opponent plays it smart, gets a lot of crabs and stays inside the poke, and with that it's harder to hit him. So that would be kinda already a good counter strategy for the Archer Queen, but in general I think she can pretty simple overrush you. If you've enjoyed the video so far, then definitely don't forget to leave a like and subscribe completely for free to not miss any Squad Busters content in the future. And for the Barbarian King, I will use the same setup, but let's try something different, as this skeleton barrel might be helpful here to take over those crabs and give us some further coins as soon as those skeletons are dying. For the setup, we're gonna exchange the heavy with the Barbarian to get at least a good frontline fighter here, and the rest should stay the same. Well, for the BK, I think he might be a little bit too slow. And lately, when I was playing that guy, I had a bad feeling about him. Yes, he is definitely not that bad, but you already can see there. Whoa, is that a bug maybe? That there are double the amount of skeletons coming in? I have to check that. Because they should disappear here soon and dropping coins. And that is kind of like a huge advantage, which I didn't check on the live server, which you may have to do. This time only half the amount did come in, and there are multiple ones coming as well. That's already looking weird, but in general, this ability is good to get some further coins, because as soon as those skeletons die, the coins will be dropped. We have to collect them manually, unless we are super close. And with that we can generate there definitely some really good economy here. And in general, it should be good to go here with that. But on the other side, fighting versus other real guys here in this mode with the Barbarian King can be pretty hard, but I don't know, like, he is a little bit depending on the squad size, and I have the feeling it would take too long to build a big squad here to fight the opponents. Nevertheless, he should be still nice to play if maxed out. I would usually run with the Mortis, the Barbarian, as well as Blazing Light, but since that was looking so funny with the skeleton barrel, let's do it as well and keep on going here with Leon and Wizard. In general, there might be better setups, but for the main purpose of seeing which hero is good here, that's alright. For the lineup, well, we could go with the Barbarian, but I'm thinking going with the Chicken here. And then for sure the Nita, since we can send in the Teddy Bear, and maybe instead of Battle Healer Dr. T, it's a Dr. T mode, so we have to play Dr. T at least once. There we go with the Mortis here. In general, Mortis should be good here. One thing I mentioned already in my yesterday's video is, hey, are those crabs getting the buff of summoned units? Well, I don't think so, and you guys were a little bit split opinion there, but I don't think that they're gonna get a buff since they are not actively summoned from our side. They are just joining and running around and not being an active part of the squad. Nevertheless, those skeletons here should get the buff since they get summoned by us, and with that, the Barbarians and other units getting sent in beside those little skeletons, that should be pretty helpful. In general, do you think that this hero is good here? Well, since we can't send in the gigantic crabs here towards the opponent, I don't think so, that the Mortis will be top of the notch here, since there are other guys which can fight on their own in a better way. And that will be the lag here. There's most likely, okay, the opponent can be a bot, but there is no bot to farm. So you can start to fight, or you will have to start to fight very early on. And I can't see the potential with the current state of Mortis right now. So there will be definitely better ones. But hey, maybe you have some nice strategies, comment it down below and I will try them out. Coming to the Royale King. Royale King in general should be good to go here, but I'm not too sure which setup we should run with him right now. I would still go for Wizard and Leon to get that further movement speed, which is super helpful for the Royale King, and to short the cooldown to get as many cards as possible. And well, for the lineup, I would choose their Hawk Rider instead of the Nita to be able to run around faster, and on the epic side, well, the battle healer should be good to go. And one general thing, maybe even a Ruffs is good here, because getting early on some mega units and then rushing over the enemy should definitely be a good strategy with all of the heroes. While the Royale King will develop a little bit later, so you have to farm a bit more, and that's why I just put here the Skeleton Barrel, which is generating coins. But the other coin abilities should be super helpful here, especially for the Royale King, which is kind of focusing on the big squad. And comparing that Royale King towards the Mortis, he has one big advantage. You already can see it, we are starting with 3 guards, while Mortis is kinda unprotected in the early game. So if we run it now in combination with those chickens to be able to kinda catch those arrows from the Archer Queen, that will be not really an issue for that guy. On the other side, well, splash damage of Spike, we come back to that later on, is still a big issue, since that is a big area which is affected by that splash damage. In general, these guys should be super solid here, since we have to farm those kinda like crabs to get coins. There is not too many things around here where we can else get coins, and therefore those guards fighting those crabs, generating coins, taking over them. Hey, that sounds like really good in this mode. In general, for my personal taste right now, the Royale King is still for fighting capabilities depending on the big squad size, so that makes it a little bit harder for him, since there is no enemy to focus on beside the Royale King. So that means if an enemy is there playing super aggressive, well, he can start to fight the enemy Royale King super early. And I mean, we are seeing which enemy hero is being picked at the start screen, so that could be a little bit the disadvantage of that guy, as I think in the early game he is kinda, yes, protected, but a little bit weaker to fight, as he's super good the more the game keeps on going, and is the guy being able to farm this biggest squad size in the fastest way. So in the late game, with the biggest squad size, I think even those crabs should not be a real big issue for him. So he should be good to go. Coming to Sonic, and with that our toxic build. Yep, battle healer for further HP of the wizard, and wizard for the short cooldown, spamming those 2 abilities. That is working perfectly in this mode, and you can completely pressure down the enemy straight from the start. And since those crabs can even drop some potions, well, that makes maybe the trader not too important before I did pick him, but with that you have a super edge with that Sonic. So I'm pretty sure that Sonic is indeed insanely good here in this mode, and I'm not even sure if I could counter that guy with my Archer Queen, because with this toxic setup here, and no other player to focus on, the focus will be on your Archer Queen and whatever hero you're picking. So the Sonic could be pretty deadly here in this mode, and I'm pretty sure he will be deadly. So as I just mentioned, we can get there the potions, and with this setup we can start straight from the first minute. I would still go for maxing those 2 units here, but we are almost not able to die here, even though they are crabs. Like, I don't think it makes a big difference here. So Sonic could be the best one here, or at least top 3 alongside Spike and the Archer Queen. And for the last one, we got this Spike setup here. It's also the toxic build, playing on sustainability, that we are not dying. And I can show you in parallel some gameplay where I played against another guy, and that is actually absolutely crazy. Even though the enemy has control over a lot of the crabs, you don't have to really care about, because that guy is absolutely shredding when it comes to splash damage, and the enemy can't hide in between the crabs, and the damage is so crazy that I think that he could be the best one, especially with his heal. One weak spot is that if the enemy has a lot of crabs and they are taking over, those crabs for sure are not considered part of the squad, so they are not dropping any heal for that spike, so he is healing less than before. But if we set up a build around the heal, I'm pretty sure we are good to go with him as well, and for sure medic would be a major part here of the rare units. So what are your thoughts on those heroes here in this brand new mode, and which hero you want to pick? Write it down below in the comments, as I'm super excited to read it. Personally, I think that the Archer Queen will have the best edge here, as long as you can shoot the arrows in a good way and would play super aggressive taking down the enemy. If the enemy is getting a much bigger squad than yours, you're kinda screwed. So at the end, it's depending on how good you are with the hero. As I can see some edge for Sonic, I can see a very good advantage for Spike, I can see a very good advantage for Royale King here, and also maybe BK and Mortis, while I think these two are the weakest ones in this mode. General, it's there to have fun, and that's what I wish you for the upcoming mode. Thank you guys for watching, and happy busting.